Hi, welcome. Hi, welcome all to episode 4 of the Personal Energy Management series. Hi, everyone who's joining from Instagram and from Facebook Live. I'm going simultaneously live on Facebook and Instagram, so I'll be looking at my phone and my laptop at the same time. Thank you for joining in. Just wait for a few seconds more and I'll start off with today's topic. Hello to those who are joining right now. Hi. So today's episode 4 is where we can apply energy management. So we in our earlier episodes I discussed about why, how, what and for who is energy management for. So today's episode will try to understand where can we apply this energy transformation or this energy that we are working on to manage. So as people are joining in, let me just start off with this question. Uh, just name one activity that you do without which you won't be alive. Just one activity that you do. It's a small riddle. If somebody can answer this, name one activity that you do without which you won't be alive. The very first thing you had to do when you were born, and the last thing that you do when you depart from this world. If anyone knows the answer, they can just type in the comments. The question is name one activity that you do without which you won't be alive. The very first thing you had to do when you were born, and the last thing that you do when you depart from this world. So let me give the answer. The answer is breathing. Without breathing, you cannot live, you won't be alive. The first thing that you had to do when you were born was to breathe, and you had to cry for that. And the last thing that you do when you depart from this world is breathe your last. So, the laws or action of breathing is universal. In the same way, energy is universal and universe is energy. We need energy for all activities, be it eating, playing, working, running, sitting, standing, and even sleeping needs energy. The whole idea is how are we appropriately and correctly channelizing this energy to do the right thing at the right time. Please understand that there are no coincidences. We have to be aware. Along with channelizing physical energy, how we channelize our mental, our emotional energy also results in a renewed mindset. I hope you all agree. Your mindset determines your mind work. You might agree with me, or if you have experienced this, please type a yes in the comments. Uh, when we are physically active but mentally tired, we tend to drag and not keep up the activity with the same zeal and purpose. And the reverse is also true. You might not be physically up to it, but mentally completely energized, bursting with ideas. Your physical energy levels do not matter at all at that time. You kind of automatically feel so pumped to conquer the world. Please type a yes if you have experienced this with yourself. And if it has happened to you, you would also experience this that when your mind is at its top, uh, working level, it can bring a kind of enthusiasm, it brings a kind of newness and a zone with it, which you only people who experience it might be able to relate to it, that that's a certain zone that you get in, and you don't know where how things are happening. Things start falling in place, things start happening in its own pace. There is no extra energy that you have been putting, or no extra effort that you have been pushing in to do it. So what happens when you're working on your energies, when you're understanding, identifying, accepting, acknowledging your energies, and you worked with a renewed energy which is aligned inside out, outside in, what kind of results, what will it, where will it start showing up, where will this kind of energy start affecting us? So the first level is you might immediately feel a new zest in life, a renewed vigor, enthusiasm, waking up every day and looking forward to do what you can achieve today. There is a natural sense of zeal that you kind of have um, when you align your energies. The second is you start channelizing towards your circle of control. So usually we have like different circles in our life, and there are the first level of circle is called a circle of control. So what is within my area of control? I can only do that much. One cannot do the same things and expect different results all the time. If you have been working for others, thinking for others, you know, just taking care of others, you cannot expect different results for yourself all the time. So, what is within my area of control? I can only do that much, and we can't work for others. We can't live for others. We can't eat for others. We can't breathe for others. Then, how can we think for others? There is only this much that we can do. And that's the reason why we say that, we can't control others' minds. So, hence, the space where we scatter our energies the most now starts becoming smaller when you learn the right energy mastery. You start channelizing towards your circle of control, and that's where you realize that your energies are not getting scattered anymore. The third change, or the third area where you feel, you shift from result oriented attitude to process oriented attitude. So if the process, people, mindset adopted is right, won't it yield the right results? What do you think? When we look at result oriented attitude, we always try to look at the end goal, or the end result, in a way that we don't realize that the process to go through it is also as important as the result that we are expecting. So in this process, if we have the right energy, right energies of different people working together, right mindset, right wavelength, if this is adopted well in advance, won't it yield the right results? You automatically start working on enhancing the different areas of your life to bring purposeful behavior, thoughts, and actions. So, this is the third part where you will actually see a lot of difference. The fourth space, or the area where you find that things change or shift is you shift from saying can't do to can do. So when you start enjoying the process, you enjoy the learning, you enjoy the growth, you enjoy the involvement, you evolve as an individual. And when when you internally start shining out, or to put it in this way, you project the right vibration, you project the right frequency, you attract the right people and the right opportunities. So even if you didn't achieve 100% success, you will still reach 70 to 80%, which is any day better than none at all. So the fourth area, it helps you to get into action, and action brings result, and action brings result, and it brings a change in the state too. So these are the foundational changes, and I'm not explaining more where all it will bring an unprecedented change, because Every individual is unique, every individual needs energy in different areas, and whichever area is in need will pull the right quantity of energy to transform. And it's a natural progression. You would see an exponential difference or a change or a shift happening. And don't be surprised if you find a lot of changes, new changes happening simultaneously in different areas. And the whole reason, because it is like attracts like. So while we work on the foundational changes, the additional or whatever new changes happen in other areas is like a bonus. So now, while I understand we always cannot be, now I always speak about, high energy, or I'm speaking about what benefits it is bringing in when I'm in a high energy zone. But now I also understand that life is not like a straight line. We cannot always be in an excited or an exhilarated state always. Our life is like a sinusoid. If you have realized that there are always ups and downs, ups and downs. So while we enjoy the up phases, sometimes we are not always prepared for the downtime phases. So where energy management helps? Energy management helps here to identify, to accept and acknowledge what and how you can redirect these energies. When you are in a downtime phase, if you try to push yourself beyond a certain limit, it will cause a opposite reaction, which is not good at that point of time. So what we have to do and in those times is to naturally take a step back, take time to recuperate, rest and rejuvenate, and bring yourself back to neutral state. I'm not saying in the high state. You have to come from a zero or a -1 to a zero state, and from zero state you can go to a one state. So, with as less casualty as possible, this will also offset any side effects that the downtime phase brings for you. So, instead of just jumping from a high to a low to a high, energy management helps you to understand your own energy patterns, your own energy styles, what works when. And when you are more confident and able to identify these different changes and what it does to you, you will be able to work with yourself much more effectively. So what I discussed are some pointers for you to know where you can redirect your revamped energies. Once you identify them, you are in control and you can ride the waves safely and effectively. So, to summarize, for those who joined in a little bit late, I'll just summarize the personal energy management. It works in the areas of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual growth, and the rejuvenation to bring out the best potential out. It's more like an inside out transformation, which is more sustainable and permanent rather than just jumping between the highs and the lows all the time. So, the summary, the 4 points where personal energy management would aid you or help you are: the first one, you will have a new zest for life, a renewed vigor, enthusiasm. You will wake up every day feeling great and ready to face the day or achieve whatever you want to achieve for that day. The second is you start channelizing and understanding your circle of control instead of just being just scattering our energies. Now you become very aware that this is my area of control, this is my circle of control, and then I can focus my energies to work on the right path rather than just letting myself spread thin. The third point is you shift from a result oriented attitude to a process oriented attitude. It will help you bring in more purposeful behavior, thoughts, and actions. The fourth place where you feel the area in which the energy management helps is to help you to shift from can't do to can do. Understanding that my energy at this point is high or low or neutral, I can do this, this, this. So instead of just brushing off and saying I can never do this, you can say can do. And this actually helps in evolving you as an individual, you as a person. And what I have mentioned, these 4 points are just the foundational changes, and there are exponential changes that you will experience, because it is that each person's energy blueprint is very unique. Each person is very unique in the way they, they recover, recuperate, they bounce back. It's very different. So, in a nutshell, energy management is more holistic, sustainable, permanent. It's an inside out transformation, because once you are cleared the cobwebs inside, you don't have to worry about what comes to you, because your inner knowing, your self awareness, it is at that level. You will be able to sustain the changes and hold on to it for a longer time. Remember this quote. This is a wonderful quote by Vivian Kamori. Life is not about how fast you run or how high you climb, but how well you bounce. So, if anyone has a question, I'll just. Okay, so I don't have questions here. So let me just wrap up with this, that I'm bringing these and many more such aspects of energy management and mindset to help you to take charge of your own life and potential in an upcoming signature program, the Soulful Living Program. It is an action oriented program, so do stay tuned for the launch updates. Subscribe, like, follow at Soulful Living with Tanushri on, that's my Insta page, and Tanushri Nair is my Facebook page to get timely updates and announcements. So, with this, thank you for joining today, and we come to an end to today's episode. Till we meet again with a new topic to discuss. Until then, stay aware, stay inspired. Peace, love, and light. Tanushri signing off.